What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. If you're brand new, hello. Appreciate you being here. If you've been here a while, thank you guys. I appreciate every view, every comment, every like, every time somebody subscribes to my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to all of the members. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, here are my handles. Today's video is about Pruvit. I know it's been a while since I've covered I feel like it's been a while since I've covered Pruvit, but today is going to be a little bit different because there are some people within this company that, in my opinion, don't get enough time on anti-MLM channels, if you will. I don't know how else to word that, but I'm going to give you some background on some of these individuals, and we're going to take a peek into a video that was posted publicly on YouTube, and it's a Pruvit Mastermind. So if you're excited about this, grab a snack, grab a drink. If you would, do the YouTubey things, drop your commentary below, and let's react together.
Hey everybody, welcome. We're going to get started in just a minute. My name is Nick Martinez. I know it says Michael Rutherford on the screen. I am not him. You'll hear from him in a minute. But super excited for you all to be on. I'm really excited for our subject of conversation tonight, talking about ketones, talking about Pruvit in our community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to get started in just a second. You'll notice if you're on your phone, I don't know, hopefully this isn't your first time on Zoom, but if it is, you'll see three little dots. Click on that. You'll see chat. That will allow you to interact, ask questions, comment. If you're on your computer, it just says chat, works just like the chat, which is really exciting. So first off, tell me where you're from. Would love to know where you're watching from. And then if you're new to this conversation, new to ketones, new to learning about this, just type new. Maybe you've been drinking our product for a little bit. If that's the case, type how long you've been drinking ketones. Maybe you've done a 10-day challenge. Maybe you're on a 5-day experience. Or maybe you've been a customer of ours for the last year or two, or maybe you've been a promoter with us. Tonight, what we really want to do is just share some stories with you. Hopefully answer some questions about what ketones are, how they work.
Okay, weird. They called this a mastermind, but this is sounding like an opportunity Zoom, what they're doing here. By the way, Nick Martinez, the guy here, is somebody that used to be a pilot, and he talks about how Pruvit helped him not have to be a pilot anymore, essentially. But what he's leaving out is he's somebody that got in early with this company. The other person that he's talking, or that is going to be talking, is Michael Rutherford. He is also somebody that has been linked to the CEO of Pruvit, Brian Underwood. I had to think about his name for a minute. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, he's been linked to Brian Underwood for many, many years prior to Pruvit. And one of the things that I have heard from these two individuals is that when Pruvit started, they were sent these like Ziploc baggies, if you will, of white powder. And that's how they were introduced to it. So just like we've seen in other companies, in my opinion, they send it out to all the people that they know are going to be loyal and come with them. And those are the people that we typically see at the top of these companies. So let me know what you guys think about that, and let's keep it going.
The power of this conversation. Also talk a little bit about our community, what it means to be a customer that's drinking this on a consistent basis, maybe sharing it, getting it for free, or even a promoter with us who joins our community, who shares this with people around them, and who impacts change and creates change, and also just creates a cool business with us. So right now, I'm actually dialing in from sunny Mexico. Been down here for a couple of days with a few people that are really just excited about helping people achieve their better and helping people grow. And we've just been masterminding and really just trying to kick off 2021 with the best foot forward, realizing that we can create an amazing year. I know 2020 has been just an interesting year for everybody all around the world. And what's amazing is through this community, it doesn't have to be like it was last year. It can be whatever you create it to be. And what you're going to hear just from some people that have been part of this conversation for a while and who've not only had the product in their lives, but also the business in their lives, how they're excited for the future, excited for the direction that they're going, and really excited for what ketones have done for them. So I'm reading some of this. Pennsylvania, 7 months.
I'm really glad that he mentioned when this was recorded, because that's something I forgot to mention. Obviously, this is from 2021. It was posted about a year ago on YouTube, again, publicly posted on YouTube. And the thing that I find interesting, or not interesting, but one of the things that was something that contributed to me working my way out of Pruvit and out of MLM as a whole is all of the cash grabs that were happening around this time frame, around 2020, the beginning of 2020, and releasing a product that was supposed to allegedly, quote unquote, help with immune boosting when everybody was trying to figure out what was going on with the virus. And then you have they were selling hand sanitizer as well. And it was all just, in my opinion, a cash grab. It rubbed me the wrong way. The fact that they launched the Keto Dollar Club around that time, which basically is I think at the time it was like a $37 promoter fee. Now it's $49. And the Keto Dollar Club, the way that it was presented was you could start for $1. Well, the distributor fee, the promoter fee was $1, but you still had to purchase products. And we were told on several corporate calls, team calls, based on my experience, to really present this as an opportunity for people. Now, at the time, I didn't know anything about an income disclosure statement. I had no idea. Now I look back and it makes it even more horrific, honestly, because these are people that at the time were worried about how they were going to put food on the table. And we were supposed to pitch this opportunity to them. And now realizing, the income disclosure statements and the data and just everything that I've learned since removing the MLM filter is deplorable, in my opinion. So
we got a couple in Pennsylvania, Missouri. What's happening from Sedona? Somebody lives in Sedona. Oh my gosh, I love Sedona. Twin Cities. Hey, that's where I'm from. Good to see you from Minnesota. Tacoma, Washington. Day 378 on ketones. I love it. I can't believe you've kept track, Alicia. That's fantastic. All right. Well, first off, welcome. My name is Nick Martinez. For those of you that don't know me, I live out in Minnesota, currently in Mexico. I have two little girls, Callie and Juliana, a wonderful wife, Chrissy. I've now been drinking and sharing ketones for the last 5 years. Used to be a full-time airline pilot.
Keep in mind that Pruvit was started, I believe, in 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. And he's been this was 2021 that this was recorded and posted. And so he's been in for 5 years. And so what does that mean? That means he got in early. That's what that means.
And prior to drinking ketones, I was tired all the time. I used to fly short overnights for the airlines, wouldn't get much sleep, would come home from my trips just dead to the world. And at the time, my 7-year-old, who's here with me today, was 2, and I would watch her from my napping position on the floor while my wife was working during the day and I was flying at night. I started drinking ketones and quickly went from being tired all the time to having energy. It would turn my 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night into what felt like 10. And at the same time, it was fun because I got excited about just introducing this to people around me. And it went from the pilots I was flying with, like losing copious amounts of belly fat, having to buy new uniforms, getting upset with me because they're having to spend money on clothes. But it's been a crazy just ripple that's happened since then 5 years ago. So here we are 5 years later, no longer fly airplanes anymore. Now I travel where I want, when I want. And it's been made possible just because of an amazing product that's impacting people on a daily basis and a really cool community.
That he got in early on. So this is an individual at several of the Pruvit trainings or company Zooms or whatever that has mentioned when somebody is getting started to imagine that you have 3 life jackets. Who are those 3 people that you're on this boat with? You picture all your friends and your family on this boat with you. Who are the 3 people you're giving this life jacket to? And that's the way that he has taught. Again, based on my experience, this is how he teaches people to basically message their friends and family about Pruvit. Who are you going to give the life jacket to? First of all, there's a dupe for Pruvit. Second of all, when he got in, it was Keto Max. Now it's Keto Nat. It's a completely, in my opinion, different version. If you've had an experience with the different formulas, For example, I have had countless people reach out and say when it was Keto Max, and you can look up the lawsuits and all of that stuff when it comes to Pruvit, and companies that they've, anyways, we're just going to keep it moving. I've already covered all that. But if it, people have had different experiences taking the original formula versus the keto nad version. So if you feel comfortable sharing in the comments, feel free to drop that below. But in my opinion, there's a reason that we see some of these distributors taking so many packets of products at one time. I mean, I can think back to when I'd be taking 2 or 3 packets or 2 or 3 Pruvit products mixing in one blender bottle, and I would still be tired. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think of that.
So if you're brand new to this conversation, Keto Nat, is there a packet of Keto Nat anywhere? Can somebody find me one? Basically what this is a powder that you mix up in ice and water, right? It comes in many different flavors. It looks something like this or something like this. You rip it open, you put it in ice and water, you shake it up, you drink it. Within 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you can test your blood, you can test your urine, and you're in a state of ketosis. What does that mean? It means you have more energy. It means you have faster fat loss. It means you have mental clarity. It means you might be in a better mood. You even may sleep better at night. But before I go into a little bit of detail about what it is and how it works, I want you to hear from a couple of people who have also had an amazing experience with the product and whose lives it has really impacted. So we're just going to kind of do a little rapid fire here so you can just hear some different stories and have a little bit of fun with it. But here, I'm going to get out of the way and hang on one sec. The first person you're going to hear from, you'll be blown away at what this has done for her.
Imagine if, in order to buy a product, you were encouraged to get on a Zoom where they do nothing but tell a bunch of sob stories. Can you imagine? Yikes.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Phillips. I am from New Jersey. I am a mom of 3. I'm also an ER night shift nurse. So I started drinking ketones in May. I was intrigued by the fat loss and the energy part of it. What I didn't know was I was going to be getting so much more. So since drinking ketones, I have lost 60 pounds.
Oh my God, she's using a script. Not a script. She's using a before ketones, since drinking ketones, what I'm looking forward to in the future because of ketones is ... That's what she's doing.
I am sleeping better than I ever have before. I feel well rested after I get some sleep, even with the kids and still working night shift. My energy is better than it's ever been. So I gained a lot more than I was expecting. I started as a promoter also in July because I was already sharing my story with everyone. I want everyone to feel as good as I feel. So I've loved everything about it. What I'm most excited about is what the future holds.
Did you guys catch that? Before Pruvit, since drinking ketones or since joining Pruvit, what I'm most excited about for the future is
really enjoy being able to help other people get to their journey, through their journey, and help them do better as well. So that's my story. Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, Ryan Schrader from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I've been drinking ketones a little over 3.5 years now. Before I was introduced to ketones, I was a very insecure, overweight father of 2.
Drinking ketones is not going to boost your confidence.
Married for about 13 years, and we were just kind of coexisting together. And when ketones were introduced to me in my life, I was in a short 7 months, I dropped over 100 pounds. I became a confident, not only husband, but a father, and I actually had the energy to exist in both my marriage and my kids' life. But what I'm most excited for, truthfully, is like where our future is going and who we're going to walk with for the rest of our life, and we're going to dictate that for the first time in our married life, which is 15 years in about 2 weeks. So it's going to be amazing to celebrate where we're going in the next 5 years. So, that's my story. Thanks, guys.
So they've probably instructed these promoters. These are all promoters. it appears. They have instructed these promoters to follow these 3 things. Before Pruvit, since finding Pruvit, what I'm most excited about in the future because of Pruvit is ... They've all been instructed to do that. So there's probably going to be a handful of these. Then they're going to talk about probably how to get started and all kinds of stuff. So interesting.
Did you just say you lost 100 pounds?
100 pounds in 7 months.
All right. So what's interesting?
Yeah, what's interesting about that is the fact that there's appetite suppressant in ketones. So he probably wasn't eating as much. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I just have to interject a little bit. So we don't market this as a weight loss product because we're not selling a diet. We're not selling something where you got to go starve yourself.
Because you can't. That goes against the FTC. You can't say weight loss, even though a lot of your distributors do. You can't say that.
But what you'll hear are people who start drinking ketones, and because they're changing the fuel source of their brain, because they're fueling muscle and starving fat, guess what starts to happen? They start to crave fewer sugars. They start to crave, they don't crave the Snicker bars anymore. They don't crave the carbs, and they start to eat better. And then when they're eating better, they feel better and they have more energy. When they have more energy, guess what happens? You start to move your body a little bit more. Guess what else happens? You start to sleep a little bit better as a result.
It's so interesting to me now how I look back and I can remember saying, oh no, you know, better sleep, all the things that they say, better mood, better energy, better sleep. How does a product give you more energy and also help you sleep? That makes no sense at all.
Result of those things, fat loss is way faster and it's inevitable, right? Because again, you're starving fat and you're fueling your muscle. And what's amazing through this is the fact that you'll
starving fat and fueling muscle. I can already feel the dietitians coming in the comments. How exactly do you starve fat?
hear these stories and you almost have to say, wait, did you say 60 pounds? You lost 60 pounds? Like some of these people that I've met for the first time or maybe the second time, and I can't even picture them with that weight on before. So that's the power of this. If you're looking for something in 2021 that will help you make that shift, that will help you give you control back, or maybe the willpower to continue forward, that's exactly what this is. So I'm not going to interrupt again.
Drinking ketones is not going to give you willpower. What? That doesn't...
Come down here. We got a couple more stories for you to share. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm just having fun listening.
Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda. I'm from West Bend, Wisconsin. I've been drinking ketones for about 10 months now. Before drinking ketones, I was full of anxiety. I never got a good...
You can't say that. That is a health claim, but don't worry, I already sent this video to the FTC, so it's cool. But yeah, you can't say that. That's a health claim, okay?
Good night's sleep, like maybe 3 hours max.
Try these ketones with me.
Since drinking ketones, I have lost 25 pounds.
But it's not a weight loss product, right? Also, that's another health claim. You can't say that.
I now have no problem sleeping 8 hours peacefully. And I am super excited to share these amazing products with everyone and to see where my future goes. That's it. Thank you.
Awkward.
Hey everybody, my name is Andrea Rapkin. I am originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but currently my family and I live in Ormond Beach, Florida. My husband and I have 2 boys who are 13 and 9. We've been married for...
I don't know what the background noise is. That's just whatever in this video that they recorded. It's not on my end. There's nobody in my household. They went back to school today. Husband went back to work today. It's very quiet and peaceful. I love it. Although I do miss them. Anyways.
For almost 15 years. When my husband Josh brought these home 5 years ago, I remember rolling my eyes because we had cabinets full of everything. He tried lots of things. And I didn't think I needed it. At the time, I just thought it was something for fat loss, which he had a lot to lose. And I didn't. So anyway, I sat back and I watched him.
Oh my God, the shade.
And it wasn't long before I knew I had to try it too. He was getting up off the couch. He was helping around the house. He was present. He was everything that I knew he could be. So I started sneaking them behind his back. And, before ketones, I was a tired, cranky, moody mom, addicted to sugar for sure. After my 2 boys, I developed really bad adult acne. My hormones not only showed in my actions, but they showed on my skin. When I
Another health claim. This is wild.
started drinking these ketones, not only did I feel a sense of calmness, my anxiety was lowered. I wasn't stressed out.
You can't. Anxiety again. You can't say that. I feel like at this point, I feel like a broken record. That's a medical claim. You can't say that. That's a medical claim. You can't say that. That's a health claim. You can't say that.
All the time. I wasn't snapping on my kids. So I continued to drink them because I loved the way I felt. My family wasn't scared of me anymore. So that was amazing. But 6 weeks consistently drinking these yummy ketones, my skin started to clear.
I would like to say that if your family is scared of you, drinking ketones probably isn't the solution. In my opinion, maybe talking with somebody, maybe seeking therapy or something along those lines. I'm not saying that being like facetious. I'm saying that because like if your family is scared of you, there's something going on, and there's no shame in finding somebody that can help you work through all of that. The fact that she's saying this and then smiling like, oh, ketones help my family to not be scared of me. That's yikes. That's gross.
I got my confidence back. I haven't had a breakout in over 4.5 years. So I am happy.
You know how else you can help with your skin? Go see a dermatologist. Go talk to a professional. That's how you can help with acne and any other skin things going on.
And super blessed to share this with people and to let them know there's a better way, a better fuel source for their body, for their brain, and for their family. So my family and I haven't missed a day of this drink for 5 years, and there hasn't been a day we haven't shared it with everybody. So I'm super grateful, and thank you for listening.
I can only imagine her sharing it with everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Keisha. So before drinking ketones, I was super exhausted. There were days that I couldn't even get off the couch. Just mentally wasn't there. Since drinking ketones, I'm more motivated to want to even go for walks and have the energy to go to the gym. And I just feel my better self, my best self. What I'm most excited about is to share this conversation in a big way and help other moms and women out there that need energy and just need to feel better.
Hi, stay-at-home mom, leave us alone. Also leave women alone. Okay, thanks.
All right. So hopefully you've gotten just a little glimpse of what's possible when you start to put this fuel source into your body. You'll find that as you start to drink ketones, just more and more things start to unfold. You start to feel better, just like the stories that you heard. So at the end of the day, it's a fuel source for your body. Put it in ice and water and you drink it, right? You're in a state of ketosis. After that, it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to move your body more because you have energy. It's up to you if you want to sleep better because you're just feeling better. It's up to you if you start to just, next thing you know, show up better for your family because you have.
Wait, what? I thought at the beginning of this, and the theme with all of these stories that were shared was that the ketones helped with those things. Now you're saying, well, you can drink this, but it's up to you whether you do these things, whether you sleep better, whether you show up better for your family. So like, which is it?
Have that smile on your face. So that's the power of Keto Nat. The question I usually get is, all right, how do I get started? What are the different options? And there's a few different options. What you just heard, you heard people excited about the product. You also heard a few of them saying, I'm really excited. I'm getting that. What are you throwing at me? You also heard that I'm excited about sharing this with others. So if you're watching this right now and this is kind of your first experience, maybe you got a 5-serving trial pack, or maybe you're just kind of being introduced to this. The next step is for you to get your hands on more ketones, right? The best option with that, we have a drink ketones challenge, which gives you 5 different flavors of the product.
Why is he covering the screen? Like, who does this? Listen, you can get 5, like, Why are you doing that? It's so awkward.
20 servings. If you're a first-time customer, it comes at an introductory price of $99.
You know what's crazy is that Pruvit actually sells the very same thing. Unfortunate pause, by the way. They sell the very same thing on Amazon. They are literally undercutting the promoters in their own company, in my opinion. And if you look at the price, and I've talked about this before, but let's bring it up again, because I think that it's absolutely vile. I think it's greedy. I think, in my opinion, they are using these promoters for free advertising, knowing that the majority of them are not making any money or losing money, again, according to their income disclosure statement. And if you look at the price, when I used to order ketones, they would be about $150 for a box of 20 with shipping and tax shipped to my home. Okay. That being said, when you look on Amazon, they have incorporated, in my opinion, shipping into the price. And you'll hear some of the distributors say, oh, well, no, they're actually helping us because it's more expensive. Here's the thing. It is actually Pruvit, in my opinion, on the Amazon site that is selling it. The other thing that I find interesting is that it's under the guise of free shipping, but the shipping cost is incorporated into the price listed on Amazon. I hope that I'm wording. I feel like I'm wording that really weird, but you'll hear distributors say, "Oh no, they're so much more expensive." No, they're the same price. But if you have somebody that's looking at a product in general, and you can either go through the distributor and order it and wait, 4 or 5 days or whatever, depending on where you're at for a product, or you can go pay a similar price and get it within 2 days from Amazon. Where do you think they're going to order it from? And then that's all profit for Pruvit. They don't have to pay out the distributor anything. That's all profit. And these distributors, these promoters in this company are defending it. So if you are in Pruvit, if you happen to be watching this, go to Amazon, do some investigating. Is it going to piss you off? Yeah. And you know what? To be quite honest with you, it really should. A lot of these MLM companies are selling product through the corporate office, through the corporate, you know what I'm saying. And they're undercutting the distributor. So you have these distributors that are marketing and advertising. Many of them are not making any money or losing money, depending on the company we're talking about, based on if they have an income disclosure statement or not. And then you have the company selling on Amazon. Literally pick an MLM company and go to Amazon. And you'll see that those companies sell, a lot of them, on Amazon. And all they're doing is undercutting the people that are working and like super loyal and like defending them. And no, this isn't, this isn't a fraud. This isn't whatever. Go look at Amazon. It's absolutely crazy.
And that's going to get you set up to basically experience the different flavors, pick your favorite, and set yourself up for success. You can drink them once a day. You can drink them twice a day. It's totally up to you. You'll notice that if you drink them twice a day, you basically got your entire day covered.
So a box is $130 USD before shipping and tax. They coach you to drink 2 a day. So that is going to last you 10 days if you're drinking 2 a day at $130. So in order to get a full 30 days, you'd have to buy 3 boxes, which is $390 USD before shipping and tax. Yeah.
We also have people that have tons of success drinking them once a day as well. And then at the same time, as a customer, if you want to refer 2 friends, you can actually get this for free, meaning you can refer your grandma and your sister. And as a result, you're getting your ketones for free just because you introduced them to it.
So start building a business off your friends and family. That tracks.
So we have tons of customers all throughout the world who literally just pay the shipping every month on their keto nat, which is so much fun. So that's option number.
Fun for you because you get paid off of all of it. So instead of getting 1 customer, you now have 3.
Number 1. Option number 2 is if you're watching this right now and you thought of your grandma, your sister, your brother, your best friend from high school, somebody you went to elementary school with, or maybe the trainer at your gym, and you're like, man, they'd love this. They'd be excited about this. Well, join us as a promoter. And what it means to be a promoter is really simple. You get to introduce this to people around you, and you get to be rewarded, not just through free product, but through rewards, through a business model that pays you for the impact that you create in the marketplace.
Hey, Nick, your income disclosure statement called and determined that that was not accurate.
And what do I mean by that? It's you get paid to create stories like you just heard. We call it the ripple impact. As you introduce this to your neighbor, next thing you know, she's a mom, she starts drinking this, she loses 60 pounds like Jessica. She's feeling so much.
But it's not a weight loss product, right? It's so interesting to me now looking back and also watching this. We were told fat loss, fat loss, fat loss, but the majority of these stories include weight loss. Just because you're saying fat loss, but then saying they lost 60 pounds, like that doesn't negate it. That doesn't negate what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not here to make health claims, and then they make a health claim, or I'm not here to make income claims, but then they give an income claim. They don't negate one another. These are still health claims.
Better. She's way more vibrant and there for her children. But as a result of that, guess what? 3 or 4 of her friends start drinking it, and then a few of theirs. And next thing you know, this ripple has taken place where you now have over 100 people that are drinking ketones, and you're getting paid a percentage of that every single month.
You know what's weird? According to their income disclosure statement, and I'll make sure that I put it in the video description. So I've talked about averages and median income. Averages, you take, and I know you guys know this because you guys are highly intelligent individuals, but for the sake of being thorough in this video, an average is when you take up, or you add up, all of the income that people have made for the year. And then you divide it by the number of distributors. And that is the average. The median is the midline. So, in my experience, after looking over income disclosure statements and all of that, there's a huge gap. Yeah, there's a huge gap. The majority of the people in these companies are not making anything, or they're losing money. And then you have this, all of a sudden, this shift that represents, in my opinion, the top of the pyramid. And these are people that got in early, have larger followings, those types of things. And they are the ones that are making a huge, huge, huge income because of those factors, in my opinion. Now, according to their income disclosure statement, the average, listen to this, the average annual income for a promoter in 2020 was $1,136.54. That is the average. They have added up the people that made income in 2020, and they divided it by the number of distributors in the company for that year. The median, the midline, okay, the midline, meaning the people that are not making a lot of money, and then you're averaging it in with these people that are making lots of money to make it look a little better than what it really is. Again, my opinion. All of those factors are removed. This is the midpoint when it comes to everybody making income. The median annual income for all promoters in 2020 was exactly $0. So Nick here is making money. Why is Nick making money? Because in my opinion, he got in early, and he has everybody that has since joined under him. Not everybody, but you guys know what I'm saying. And he's also, I believe, I can't ever remember the structure. I can hear Dre in my head right now talking about who's under who and all of that stuff. Anyways, he has a large team because he got in early. He's, I think, somewhere under Michael Rutherford, who has known Brian Underwood for many, many years. You guys see where, like, okay, good. You guys get it. So the median was exactly $0. So they say these things, but this type of data that comes directly from the company does not back up what they're saying. Nick's making money. Michael Rutherford is making money. These people that got in early and have ginormous teams, they're the ones that are making money. But the people that have joined them, more than likely, based on data and statistics and my own experience with this company for, I don't know, almost 4 years or something like that, that's not accurate.
Just for what you started. That's the power of this community, the power of this business model. And maybe you were invited here and you were here to just look at ketones as a product and consuming, and you got health goals. That's awesome. I invite you to expand your mind just a little bit and think of, who can I help with this? Who could I impact with this? Who in my life right now needs energy, who needs focus, needs fat loss, right? All of those things, like, there are people are arm's reach. They're looking for something and they just can't find it, right? They've looked and they've tried everything. And this is something that is absolutely real.
And you know what? Speaking of real, this was not planned, by the way. Speaking of real, if this is a product that you are looking for and you like what he's saying, but you don't like the fact that it's a multi-level marketing company's product, there is a company called Real Ketones. It has been alleged to me that this is an exact or similar, if you will, dupe, and it's going to give you energy and that stuff. I don't have an affiliate account or anything like that. And if I did, I would be disclosing that. But if that's something that you're looking for, you can find dupes for almost every MLM product. Now, they're going to tell you there's nothing like this on the market. There is. You just got to do a little research. So Real Ketones is something that you can use if you don't want to support a predatory business model, in my opinion. Prove it.
That's what we get to do with this community and with this business. So I want to just have you hear from a couple people who started because, hey, they were excited about the benefits of the product, but they were also excited about what the business could do for their lives. And as a result, they've completely shifted over the last few years just by sharing this conversation. So first one we're going to hear from here is Mr. Josh Rapkin, who has an amazing, not only product story, but also the business. So Josh, what's happening?
Thank you, Nick. Hey guys, how are you? I'm Josh Rapkin. You met my beautiful wife
I remember him.
just a few people before. I'm the former fat guy she was talking about. I too lost 130 pounds on the product.
His wife made him sound like a total dirtbag to sell a product. And they're all in the background giggling about it. That is so gross.
Which is amazing. But what's really amazing is I've been in Pruvit for 5 years now. And I was just going through some stuff in my garage cleaning up. And 5.5 years ago, I filed a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So not only was I at my highest weight of all time when I found Pruvit, or Pruvit found me, but I was really at the lowest low in just about every other category. And within a very short amount of time of using the product and having an immediate experience, even before the weight started falling off, I just came alive again. I mean, it was dramatic. We started sharing it. I literally couldn't help but to share it. And what started with a couple people, and Nick talked about a ripple, turned into a couple more, and now 5 years later.
You guys catch that? 5 years later. So we got in also at the beginning. He's probably buddy with Nick or somebody, Nick or Michael Rutherford. Yeah. And now he's probably in, I don't remember what rank he is. If you guys remember, let me know, but I'm sure he's probably a rank 8, rank 9, something like that. And yeah, he's at the top of the pyramid because he got in early, in my opinion.
We have an international team of over 70,000 people in 24 countries. And it's absolutely mind blowing. I can say for the first time in my life, we're debt free. Don't have any credit card debt. We paid it all off. We own a home. Like, these are things I never thought would come out of my mouth.
And how many of your team members have something similar? How many of your team members were able to buy a home? How many of your team members are debt free, paid off all of their credit cards? How many of your team members are financially in a place that you are? Because based off of the income disclosure and my personal experience, I'd venture to say not very many of them. If you have a team of 70,000, what's the percentage of people that are making income like you are? And I'm not talking about just income coming in. I'm talking about actual profit. Because one thing that this company does, and MLMs in general, in my opinion, is they are like, oh, well, I'm making this. Okay, what are your expenses? What's your actual profit? Because there's a lot of hidden expenses in multi-level marketing companies. And so the top of the pyramid are typically on here like, listen, this is what I've been able to do. I came from bankruptcy and now I'm able to do this. We could barely afford, in my last video, she talked about dog food. I couldn't buy dog food, but she came up with the money to be able to join Q Sciences. They don't talk about all of the like hidden expenses. They don't talk about how expensive it is to go to these training events. They don't talk about all of that stuff. Show us your profit. Show us a profit and loss statement. But specifically, I'd love to see out of those 70,000 people on his team, how many people are actually financially making a profit? I'd venture to say probably not many.
And in addition, we've created a life, not are living a life like in the past, but we've created a life that we want to live. And it's truly amazing. We
Off of the backs of your team.
get to do what we want, when we want, and without having to think or worry. I can never remember a time in my life where I didn't have to think if it would be okay to spend something or to go somewhere to do something. Like, that's not a part of it anymore. But what's truly the most important, truly the thing I'm most grateful for, is none of this would be possible without the ability to help and impact so many people in the process. And for the first time in my life, I can.
What he should have said, in my opinion, is none of this would be possible if I didn't recruit a bunch of people on my team.
Truly say that I have a relationship with fulfillment, and it's based on the contribution that being a part of this community and sharing this product has given us. And to be able to have a hand directly and indirectly in shifting and changing so many lives is something that I'm truly, truly grateful for. And I encourage you, if you're in a place in your life where you're, sort of wondering what something else could be like, or at least open to the idea, get with the person that invited you to this, have an open conversation, find out what this is and what it could be, because I can tell you for sure that it's a tremendous opportunity that can make a massive difference in your life and in your family's life.
And make sure you ask for the income disclosure statement, and also make sure that you ask for a profit and loss statement, or just flat out ask what their profit was for the last year, for this year, however you want to word that. Make sure that you ask those questions, because a consumer should absolutely be informed in what they are looking into as far as an income source, that sort of thing. And income source, I'm saying that term loosely because, again, their income disclosure statement shows otherwise.
So thank you.
Hey guys, this is Dagmar. I live in Wisconsin and I am originally from Czechoslovakia. My parents were immigrants and I was about 5 years old when I came to the country.
Why is that relevant? Why is that relevant to this conversation? You know why? Because in my opinion, it's, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. I already know that's where we're going.
I'm a mom, I'm a wife. What started out as a drink that actually Josh, who you just heard, I've been friends with Josh for about almost 25 years. And he introduced this to my husband, who you heard earlier, who needed to do something about the 100 pounds and just the miserable life.
100 pounds, but it's not a weight loss product. Weird how that keeps coming up, isn't it?
We were coexisting in. He introduced this to Ryan. I, as the supportive wife I am, wanted my husband to reach his goals. And, if this was what Josh was telling me this was, I wanted to try this technology to feel, maybe this would do something for me. I was tired. I was stressed out. I was working 9 to 5. I was at I had a 20-year career in real estate development and management, and I wasn't going anywhere. I was capped out unless I was going to be the VP of the company or the president. My salary was capped out. I started drinking ketones. We, started sharing this. I would go to work. I would maybe make a post in the morning about how I was feeling energetic and I had some energy in the morning without having to drink a cup of coffee. And I wouldn't look at my phone. I would literally connect my husband and Josh and Dre to anybody that would comment on my post, because we're all on social media, right? So somebody had a question, I would literally just hand off, because I was working. I didn't have time to do anything. And I would just work in little pockets of time.
And this was almost 3 years later. I told Josh and Dre, you know, my husband and I were kind of doing this together while working full time, both of us. And we just kind of fit in this business as we could. I told him a goal. I wanted to fire my boss at a certain date, and it took me about 1 month longer than what I had written, but I had written my resignation letter, and that was June of 2019. So I, you know, when I was going to work, I was missing out on things. My kids are 11 and 13, and I couldn't take them to school. I would not be there when they got home off the bus. I was not around.
Hi, it's 2023. Let's not mom shame. Let's not parent shame. There are plenty of people that also can't take their kids to school or whatnot. There's all these different scenarios, but what she's doing is she's trying to, in my opinion, make people feel bad because they have a full-time job or whatnot, and they aren't there when their kids get off of school or their kids are in daycare or whatever the case may be. Some people really enjoy working. So the villainizing of people having a job that's not a multi-level marketing company where they work outside the home is absolutely crazy to me.
Stressed out when I came home, making dinner. Everybody knows how that is at night after working school. So literally.
Yeah, and instead you're on a Zoom all the time. So you might be home with your kids, but you're staring at your phone the entire time, based on my experience, because that's what it takes in a multi-level marketing company. You have to be plugged in constantly.
Now I am full-time home. My husband is working from home. We're together. My kids are virtual right now, where I get to make them lunch. We're, you know, it's been my dream to kind of be around for my kids and be more present. And here I am, you know, we're traveling. I don't have to take off.
I want to be here for my kids, but here I am traveling.
Ask for off days from a job that, you know, I get 2 weeks paid vacation, and here I am in Mexico, and whenever we travel, I don't have to ask anybody if I can take off. So
are you getting paid for your vacation with Pruvit? Probably not. Do you get paid for everything that you're doing on social media? Anytime you are working your business, do you get paid? No. In a regular job, when you're clocked in, you get paid an hourly wage or salary for working. You're getting paid for your time. In a multi-level marketing company such as Pruvit, you're not getting paid for that stuff. Yes, it's a sales job, but they're painting this picture like it's this beautiful, amazing thing. It's going to help with weight loss. You're going to make so much money. You're going to help so many people. And they're trying to get you to, talk to all of your family members, your friends, your neighbors, because everybody needs this. Oh God, this is terrible.
It's been amazing. Again, it started out with a simple drink. We shared it, and it's impacted us physically, financially, and here we are. So
awesome. I mean, so there's a handful more people here, and we could go on all night just sharing story after story after story of how not only this product has impacted people's lives, but how the business has just really given hope, given opportunity, given just something to be part of and a purpose. So if
you can find things to be a part of and a purpose that doesn't involve a multi-level marketing company.
You're watching this right now and maybe you're thinking, man, I just drank 5 servings. I just wanted to drink it. Awesome. Get back with whoever invited you to this Zoom and say, hey, get me that challenge link that guy Nick talked about on the Zoom. I want to get started. I want to change my life. If you're thinking right now, man, this actually sounds like a really cool opportunity. I'd love to be part of that community. I'd love to create that change. Say to them, hey, I want to become a brand builder. Like, tell me more about the different promoter packs that we have. Like, help me get started with that. Just tell them directly. And before I sign off, I want to just allow one of my good friends to share with you a little bit more just of a vision of what we're creating here and why this is something that if you lock in with us, you can create anything that you're looking for in your life, whether it's just an extra couple $100s a month, or whether it's the ability to do what you just heard about from Josh and Dagmar. Like, the opportunity is endless. So Michael, where are you at? This is a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah. Here comes Michael Rutherford. Prepare yourselves. I'll just say that.
Learned a lot from him over the years. and not only watched him transform with the product, but also just create vision and excitement and fun through our business. So, all right. He's wearing a silly hat. Don't mind him.
Where are we? Hey, what's up, Stacy Jelks? There's a bunch of people on here. What's happening? Is Sally Melendez talking to us? Hey guys, what's up? If you can see me and hear me, hit me some jazz hands. You guys look ridiculous. Okay, nice to be on. Is today Sunday?
Yes.
Happy Sunday. Hey, our goal was to be on and off in 30 minutes. We're right at 5:55, which means I'm going to keep my end brief. We are in Riviera Maya, Mexico. So when in Rome, you got to dress like the Mayans, AKA the tourists. But look, I'm very excited to be on. Hopefully when it's all said and done, there's more done than said. You heard a lot of really cool stories from people that felt like crap and now they feel better. What's up, Webbs? You heard a lot of stories of people that were living, kind of paycheck to paycheck, weekend to weekend, holiday to holiday, 4th of July. And they kind of unplugged from the matrix. For the longest time, they said, you got to go to college, you got to get a good job, get a good corporate American gig, save all your money in a 401k, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we realized governments can just close companies. They can just close industries. They can just close everything. And I have zero political energy towards it whatsoever, other than unless you can figure out how to do a chiropractic adjustment over Zoom, you ain't got no business. Or unless you can figure out how to do whatever it is that you do. That's right, Janet, go Bucks. So unless you can try to figure out how to cut somebody's hair and do a cut, color, and style over Zoom, and you live in the state of Washington, you got to find a new career. So it's a tricky.
That is nothing but false equivalence fallacies, what he's doing. That sounds good. What? Guess what else can happen when you're in a multi-level marketing company? You can get terminated. Crazy how that happens, isn't it?
It's a weird time. And I can just tell you the ketone business is booming because people are stressed out. People are nervous. They're anxious. What's up, Frank B?
Ah, I see. So you're preying on people's emotions, in my opinion, is what that sounds like.
Go play some disc golf, pal. That guy loves disc golf. People are nervous. They're uncertain. They don't have a lot of confidence in their career. The uncertainty level in what people did for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years is all of a sudden kind of ripped out from underneath of them. And they realize it's not even in their control anymore. And it isn't just the obvious ones. If you own a restaurant in San Diego, you're kind of toast, no pun intended. Low carb toast, of course, Nick.
So what a lot of these restaurants did around this time was they started doing curbside pickup. So really this example is it's a false equivalence fallacy. Again.
But the guy that insures, or the girl that insures the restaurant, or the person who is the purveyor of seafood who delivers seafood to the restaurant, like, what do they do with all the fish they caught? It's a messy environment. And, I'm just here to tell you, we have a model and a platform and a business and a community and certainly a drink. Nobody that has ever heard of being able to drink ketones. Your grandpa and your daddy did the Atkins diet and they felt better than they've ever felt in their life. But that diet's a beast. Now we have a delicious, tasty beverage, a delicious, refreshing elixir, the same benefits, the same ketones coursing through your body, your brain, your bloodstream without having to do the diet. And if you don't have any money, good. That means you need to make some. That means you can share with people. I had a guy say, well, Michael, it's expensive.
If you don't have any money, good, says the guy who's at the top of the pyramid. Are you kidding me?
Isn't expensive. Being fat and overweight and tired is expensive. You ever eaten at Wendy's lately? It's like $15 for a number one. Have you? Just for grins, pull it. You want to say hi? Almost done, okay? I got to pay our bills. So
I've got to pay our bills on a recruiting Zoom. That's disgusting.
People have tried the Atkins diet and it's tough. It's tricky. It's hard. And we have the shortcut. We have the instant get into ketosis the minute you decide you want to feel better program. So if you want to feel better, drink the product. If you're selfish and you don't want to help anybody, well, then keep the good news to yourself, Uncle Russ. I love the name Russ. Russes are always cool, especially look at Russ's sweater. That guy looks cool. So If you don't want to tell anybody about it, you don't have to. We're not going to make you help others. I don't know how your mama raised you, but my mama raised me to help people. And if you hear a good thing, well, then share it with other people. Well, I don't want to sell, Nick. You don't have to sell. Not one person on here wants to sell. We just all used to feel like garbage, and now we feel good. We've sort of been born again, if you will, and we just feel compelled to share. The fact that we get free ketones when you tell your mama and your Aunt Mary helps. The fact that when your Aunt Mary and your mama tell Uncle Bill, Uncle Daryl, and your neighbor Johnny, and you get a little scratch in your pocket from it, well, that helps too. And I don't think you have to feel bad, because for the first time in American history, people are just commonly talking about how busted they are at the moment. I talked to a lady today. She goes, well, I couldn't join at least till my stimulus check comes in. And I'm like, my goodness, at 48, if you're that tight and the stimulus check's going to make or break you, like, we need to make some adjustments to your lifestyle. You need to make some money. So if you're on the Zoom and you need to make some do, re, mi, well, then message whoever got you on the Zoom and say, hey, show me how to do this. Hopefully you like some of the people that shared. Me and Josh, I'm not sure. I'm just kidding. We like what we do. We love how we feel when we drink ketones. It's pretty easy to share. There's 143 people on here just learning. We're getting ready to, it's 6 o'clock on the nose. We're getting ready to go down, or no, it's 9. We're getting ready to go downstairs and social distance in a workshop and wear some masks and learn about how to share ketones and learn about how to help more people. So if you want to be a part of an amazing community, help people, have fun, and make some money, well, then let's go. If you just want to drink it and tell nobody, that's not what I'm doing, but you can do that if you want. You can do that if you want. It'd be like if you found the best fishing hole in town, but you didn't even tell your daddy. Well, that's not, that's not that cool. So have a blast, you guys. I can't wait to meet all of you as you get started. If you're wondering if you can do this, the answer is yes. If you like people, you'll be fine. If you have any friends, you'll be just fine. If you're terrified
Oh, so build a business off of your friends. Yikes.
of what others think about you, it'll be tricky, but we'll help you get over what other people think about you. They don't pay your bills. And in today's world, that's important. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you got some nuggets and a little bit of understanding of what this is. If you can take powder and water and drink it, you'll be able to feel better. And if you can text somebody a website or a link to a video, you'll be able to build a community. You'll be able to build a team. You'll be able to make money, and we'll have some fun. So thank you guys. Am I ending? Thank you guys. Thanks for being on. We'll see you in a little while. We're going to go downstairs and get on this thing, but I'll see y'all. Happy 2021. Let's go.
Well, we definitely got an understanding of what this is, for sure. What did you guys think of Michael Rutherford? I love how he came in at the end, because I knew what was coming. I should have prepared you guys. I apologize. Anyways, yeah. If you would like to look at Pruvit's income disclosure statement, you can check the video description, and that will be linked below, so that you can go through and see all the numbers and all the data that Pruvit has provided everybody with. Yikes. The theme was all of these people got in early. That was the theme. What was your cringiest or the cringiest moment of this? You can comment that below anyways. Hey, thank you guys so much for being here. If you loved today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, double check, because I have seen and have heard from you guys that some of you have been subscribed and all of a sudden you're not anymore. So check that out. You can turn the bell notification on if you'd like to be notified anytime I upload a video or go live or post anything. And guys, don't join us. And based off of my personal experience, I would stay away from Pruvit. Yeah, stay away from Pruvit. Anyways, thanks for being here. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.